Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at AVAX. This was a community request and was in the comment section, so we're going to have a look at it and see where we think it's going. If you have any requests or any other feedback that you'd like to give, drop it in the comment section down below. Also, if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Okay, so for the most part, what we were looking at here, I'm currently tracking this as a 5-wave move from the top rather. And what we would be looking for within this is the fact that we were within this 5th wave. So I've been tracking this as a 5th wave for a while now, but the problem within this is the structures started to get a bit messy. So there are a few options here that we can look at. And the initial one that I was looking at was this for the potential of a diagonal within this move. And effectively what we'd be looking for then is the fact that we would be looking for a 5-3-5 move to the downside. Though now the problem here is within the second move as a 5-wave move. And the reason for that is the fact that this could potentially be a triangle within this move here, where we look at this as an A, a B, C, D, and an E into this high point. The only problem with this is this E wave does come up and break this C wave just ever so slightly. So sometimes people will allow this sort of thing, but in theory it shouldn't do it. But it didn't close above it, and it failed to move past it. So we can count it as a failure of the swing on this E. So basically within that, if we were looking at this as the potential for a diagonal here, what we could then count this as is a 1, 2, 3. All of this would actually be a wave 4, and then we're looking for that 5th wave to the downside. So all of this would be a wave 4. The problem with this is that the relation to the wave 2 is not very good, and it just looks a bit, it doesn't look right. So I'm still gonna keep a track of it either way, but basically what we'd be looking for here, it would be a move down towards this 1236, which is this 1059 to this $9.39 zone, and we can see that we sort of dipped into this zone here. So technically it could have met the minimum requirement there, but we need to have a look at the substructure here. So if we're looking at it in this regard, effectively what we'd have is a 1, 2. We'd have to look at this as a wave 1. This is a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Or there is a extension. Okay, so that's what it is. So what we would have here is effectively we'd have a 1, 2. All of this would be 3, potentially 4, and then coming down for this 5th wave. So that's how I'd be looking at it within this. So we'd have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, yep, 3. And then we'd have to look at this as potentially a triangle, A, B, C, D, E into there. Okay, so that makes sense. So the question is, where are we looking to complete here within these subwaves? Because it is a little bit messy. So we'd have to look at this potentially as a 1, 2. This would have to be 1, 2, potentially 3 into here, 4, and a 5. So let's have a look at this. So within this move here, we'd have to look at this move from here into there as a 1, 2. Then we'd have to look potentially as this is a diagonal for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There isn't, does come back up there. So there'd have to be 3 into there. Although we did we come back up past this one? No, we didn't. So it is possible that we're looking to break down from here, but the problem is with the structures, it's not looking great either. I would have wanted to see this 3rd wave be a bit stronger. It is possible that maybe our wave 1 is higher up here, and that all of this is a 3rd wave, where that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're looking for that 4th. Actually, that fits a lot better. So I'm just gonna remove this and this, just so it's a little bit clearer. So there is potential there that we actually still have a little bit more to go down here. If that was the case, what we'd be looking for potentially is looking to target out into this zone of this 1042 to this 1022 area. If we're going to have that additional little leg to the downside here, that could technically then complete this move. And basically within this, if we do look to complete in this zone here, what we'd be looking for then is potential to actually move to the upside again. Within that, what we'd be looking for, if we're looking for this diagonal, is we'd actually be looking for a much bigger zigzag to the upside here. There's no set rules for how high these can go, but basically one area that I'd be looking for potentially to target out if it is going to develop into a diagonal is maybe we just drop this down here and let's get this right in this box zone here. Let's get towards the top end. Okay. So, I mean, we could potentially look to come back up and test this 50% zone if it does develop as a diagonal, like I said. The problem is, like, we're going to go over the other option shortly, but initially I was wanting to look at it as a diagonal because it just looked like that's what most coins were doing, was ending with a diagonal shape. However, we need to be aware that within this seems to be in a different place. Like if we're looking at Bitcoin as a diagonal, it's already within its fourth wave. So this would indicate that this is going to see some additional legs. So that is it is possible, but we need to just bear in mind that there could be something else going on here. So what we'd be looking for is if this does end as a diagonal, and maybe we potentially look to test this trend line again, or move down into this 1022 to 1041 zone, then we'd want to start breaking back above these high points here. And when I say these high points, I mean this area here of 1180, and then the start of this move here at this 1440. Because for as long as we stay below this 1440 zone, there is potential that we could still see some further extension. And what this potentially would mean would be something that we could there's no information to say that this is going to happen, but it is possible that we could look to something like this being a wave 1 again. We retrace for a wave 2, and then we actually continue to break down. So only by crossing back above these high points does it eliminate the potential for further extension to the downside. So this wave 4, I mean, it looks like it could have potentially completed its or fulfilled its target area. Let's jump it onto this. So we have come here and just missed out on hitting this 50%, which is sort of as high as we really want to go with a wave 4. Though really invalidation would only come by crossing back above this 1153 zone. So that would actually invalidate this fifth wave if we move back above this 1153 zone. However, it is still possible that we can see this fourth play out a bit longer, where we might get this extend out as an A, B, and a C to the upside. And if that does happen, what we'd be looking at is potentially looking to actually target out this 1191 zone, the 1119 zone as an A, B, C to the upside, where this could be an A, a B, and then a C wave to the upside like this. And what that would be is then a completed move. However, like I said, if we do start to move away from this point, and we do move back above this zone here of this, what was it again, 1153 zone, then we'd have to look at this as a potentially completed move, and that actually maybe we've had a truncated fifth wave here or something to that effect. It is also possible that we are within this fifth wave already, and we might look to count this slightly different, where we're actually coming down here, and this is a 1, 2, then maybe 1. We could have either completed the third here, or we could still be within the third. If we're still within the third, then basically we'd be looking for that push up a little bit more, and then that rejection moving to the downside, and then actually coming down into this support box here, and then seeing how we react from there. That's the most important thing here, is, we need to see how we react from these points. It's sometimes, if we get extensions within these waves, it's difficult to actually tell where we are within the move. So we just need to see how we react. If we bounce away strongly from this zone, then it's a good potential that we could have completed that move here, and we're looking for either a move back to the upside in this wave 2 if it's going to become a diagonal, or potentially we could have completed a 5-wave move, but we're going to go over that shortly. Let me actually turn that on now. I'm gonna delete this for the time being, and we're going to throw this alternative one. So we can see there's another way we can look to count this, and this would be that we've actually had a 1, 2 into here, then we've formed another one with a flat correction as a wave 2 here, and that we've actually completed this 3rd wave into here, had this as a 4th wave, and that we're actually looking to push down in this 5th wave, much in the same way that we were looking at the other option. The difference within this option is the typical wave 3 within this would actually be looking to target out this $8.72 zone. So if we do continue to actually break down from here, and we do continue to blast through this $9 area and move down towards this 862, then I'd actually be more inclined to just look at this as a bigger impulsive structure here, where we have this is a 1, 2, all of this would become a wave 3. We'd look for that 4th wave retracement again back to the upside, potentially looking to target in line with the previous 4th wave, and then looking for that move back to the downside. So if we did get a bigger impulsive move like this to the downside, effectively the area would be looking to target out would be more around this 773 to this 640 zone. If this were to play out, then basically I would have that would be a completed 5-wave move from the top rather, and basically what we would be looking for then is for that continuation, or to see how high we bounce off of this. If we do have this as a bigger 5-wave move from the top, effectively we could be looking at just an ABC correction to the upside. And if I throw this back on, put this onto the macro, and let's go onto the 8 only. Effectively what we could then look for is a move that we have like this, and if we slide this over slightly, bring this in. So if we have a look at this, we could then say have a look towards this 50% to the 786 as a retracement zone. That would, however, mean we'd have a continuation to the downside. So after that, in another 5-wave move. So we just need to be aware that there is potential here that we could see deeper moves after some corrective moves to the upside if we do carry on to play out within these 5-wave moves that we currently are tracking. So that's just something we need to be aware of. And yeah, we'll keep you up to date. Now that we've got some requests coming in for this, we'll try and cover it on a regular basis. And yeah, keep everyone up to date with what the moves as we see them. Within this move, one thing I need to just mention is that if we do move past this 1619 area and the 1748, that would invalidate these additional legs to this to these 5-wave moves to the downside. So effectively, this green 5th wave would be invalidated by crossing this 1619, and also if we do cross back above this 1748, that would invalidate this 5th wave move to the downside here. So we just need to see what's going on here with these moves. To be honest with you, we should know before we cross these anyway. Once we get a reaction, if we start to get 5-wave structure to the upside, we can sort of plot out a potential move up here that might look to invalidate these and then go from that point. So that's just my overview of what I'm seeing within this. I do think that there is potential we are actually still within this yellow 3rd wave, and we're going to actually start to look to break down some more and potentially target out this 872 to this 8 actually, so this 872 area is a typical 3rd wave, though we haven't reached it. So until we do, we can always look to reverse. It doesn't have to reach this. Sometimes we might fall short and actually our 3rd wave might be there, and we'll still get a 4th and then that additional 5th. But this is just a typical area it looks to target out. Okay, so I hope everyone found the video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description below there is a link to the Discord. It's free to join. Why not come join it and we can have a chat with us. And in the description below as well is an affiliate link to BYBIT. This is a great exchange. It's the one we use when we're doing our trading, whether that's leverage trading, spot trading, longing, shorting. It really is great. It's got great risk management tools within it. You know, you can set your trade up, you can put in your stop loss, take profit, and shows you your liquidation and stuff even before you've actually entered the trade. So it really is great for helping you to plan your trades and use correct risk management within them. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Until we see each other in the next video, take care, everybody.